Hello YouTube, welcome back to Cities Skylines. It's been a long time since I've been recording this, although for you guys it's probably only been a week. In fact, I know it's only been a week, if that. I may have got this to twice a week or something. I haven't really decided yet, but I know that it hasn't been a long time for you guys, so it's either been a week or half a week, one or the other. I thought I'd start by showing you this. I can't remember too much of what I've done. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've recorded this. I've had a lot of recording issues over the past couple of weeks. Just a lot on. So this is a bit, let's just say I've forgotten a lot of what I'm doing. I can't remember what I've shown you either, so if I have shown you a few of these things, please do bear with me. Right, first thing I thought I'd show you is just how the city's actually lining up and how things are going. As you can see, a little bit of commercial just in this area here, down over here, around here, nothing too major, a little bit of commercial there. The majority of the commercial is here, which is basically the city centre. All this is going to be the city centre, possibly this area here as well. That is basically our city centre. Everything else is going to be just little bits of commercial in small little areas everywhere. Nothing too major. I mean, I think I'm going to put a bit of commercial just here. I'm going to put a little bit of commercial up here with the airport, and maybe a spot of commercial just here. Perhaps just fill this little area up here with commercial as well, and the rest is going to be predominantly housing. At least that's what I'm thinking. Of course, we've also got all of this. We could easily turn this into housing and turn this into farms later on. Depends on how much my computer can handle. I have got 61,000, or almost, I think we can round that up to almost 62,000 population here. As you can see, I've got the temperature gauge back. I don't know whether I've shown you that, but the temperature gauge is back. I don't know how I got it back. I've been fiddling around with mods here and there. I don't know exactly which one it was that's actually brought it back, but we do have a temperature gauge back. Someone asked me, or someone made a comment a few episodes ago about not understanding why my industrial is showing 0, but my commercial is showing quite a demand, and thought it may have something to do with the mod. As you can see, the mod is actually off. The odd thing is, I think with mods running, all the mods that we're running, it seems to make the demand factors on all the RCI demand just a bit wonky, so it doesn't actually work. So that's possibly why that's happening. Other things to show. As you can see, we've still got lots and lots of open areas that we can fill up. All this area we can fill up. There's this area, the major roundabout here, that we do need to probably do adjustments to. Roundabout here. There's just a few roundabouts. I like roundabouts, just not so many of them. So you can see I've probably got, I think, 6 or 7 in this whole area. I think there's probably about 6 or 7 major roundabouts. So obviously the one at the motorway which works, there's this one here. So 1, 2, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. 6 roundabouts. That's all we've got. We're probably going to end up having about 9 roundabouts in total, but that is absolutely fine. Airport. I managed to get the airport working. You see some of the buildings are still off. For example, these ones here, I have got them switched off just for now. But the airport is working. I managed to sort it out. I needed to add in another mod, which you can see right there. Which doesn't work here because I've got the wrong thing selected. If I select airports, maybe it will do that. If I go all the way along, select that. There you go. You can see these arrows are now available. So apparently, since these are all one way, we have to have the arrows in a certain direction. Not brilliant, but I suppose that's going to have to do. It's not perfect. We've got this huge terminal here that's actually working. It's not really huge. It can only hold 6 aircraft. We've got a couple of small ones here. Look, we've got a plane stand there, and we've got this that can hold 3 aircraft. So that's okay. And eventually we'll work out how to get these running. Anything else I've done around here? The bus station. I don't know whether I showed you the bus station that I added here. So there is a bus station. I think I did. There's a few things here. Like I said, I'm going to probably put shops along here. Put some shops along there, and that would be about it. But the airport does work now. Get out of that. Let's go there. Let's have a quick look at how the city looks from I always love this view. I don't know about you guys, but I always like this view. It's just, it does look like a real city. Admittedly, yes, these roads look a little bit too American, too straight, just over here, and maybe just a little bit there. But once we get to this area, this is just very, very... I have to admit, this is quite nicely done, if I say so myself. Nothing's too straight, but everything does work and everything is functional, which is exactly what I like to see. But what we're going to be doing today... Right, let's get back into this view. I'll have to take a screenshot at some point. What we're going to do today is, because it's been a little while, first I'm going to have a look at everything. We've got electricity. Yes, I did have to extend this a little further out as well. I don't know whether you guys have seen this. We've got another building right over here. So we've got two buildings now that provide massive amounts of electricity. We're going to have to work something out about on that. I'm going to have to move it around somewhere. I'm not too sure where. We've also got plenty of money, but we are going to spend some of it today. Water availability is still fine. I think I could fill up this entire... I could probably fill up this entire area here and still be fine on water and sewage. But we are going to have to keep an eye on that because, yeah, we don't have that much space again. We will need to start working something out there. Garbage. Incineration status is now much better than it was, which means that though the landfill usage is 0, and the landfill is sitting right over here, I believe, even though that 174, even though that is 0, it's just a dump site, we are getting things incinerated, which is very, very nice. So I like that, which it just means that we're doing some sort of recycling or whatever, and I like that. Recycling is good. Education for primary schools, it seems to be okay. For secondary schools, we're definitely not okay. I don't know what to do about this. I really don't. I'm thinking if I can stick perhaps another school in here on this corner, I may, or down here, I may do that, like a beachside school or something. I may do that, but still, it's not going to really have that much of an effect, and that's an issue. University is absolutely fine. We've got plenty of space in the university, and as you can see, the university buildings are really, really nicely done, so I quite like that. We'll just have to work it out. We will just have to work all this out. Happiness, 93% on the residential. I'm happy with that. Commercial, we still seem to be having issues with not enough goods to sell. I don't know why, because I've already put in railway stations. I've got 2 railway stations. Where's the second one? I know the second one's here somewhere. There it is. 2 railway stations in the heart of the city centre that should be able to provide goods to this place. I don't know what's going on. So that's a bit of an issue. I think this should be in the 80s, really. But there we go. Office happiness, 98%. I'm fine with that. Industrial happiness, 97%. I'm absolutely fine with that. Healthcare. Right, looks like there's plenty of healthcare everywhere. In fact, even over here where there's not generally much of a healthcare, there's pretty good health. Average health is 85%. That's not too bad. Of course, you're going to have a few sick patients, a few people with the flu, a few people with a couple of diseases. That's normal. Death care is absolutely fine again. Cemetery usage is 0. Even though the capacity is 0, I mean, we do have a cemetery, I believe, there. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know what's going on with this. And it's all doubling up and everything. I think it just can't process that. 59 hearses available. The death care was always broken in here. Levels, not really something we need to be looking at. Wind, again, not something we need to be looking at, unless we want to stick a whole bunch of wind farms here, which I really don't want to do. Traffic, that is something we do need to look at, and that's going to be a focus over some episodes. We've got a lot of traffic here. We need to make something work here. Something needs to change here massively. We've got a lot of traffic here. Again, something needs to change here massively. Whether it's a roundabout, whether it's better traffic lights, whether it's some sort of alternative route, a bypass or something. Something there needs to change. Traffic here. Something here needs to change. Traffic in this area, we're working on it. It's not too bad. It's getting better. At least it flows. This one flows. Over here it doesn't. Over here it flows, but not brilliantly. As you can see, it does back up. So it's this one here that's the problem. And oddly enough, this has been a problem for how long? It's been a problem for quite a few episodes, actually. This one's been a problem. Right, pollution. We've got some ground pollution at this recycling plant. We've got a whole bunch there, and a number of, a fair amount of ground pollution there. Nothing we can do about that. Wait, what's that? Okay, that's a power plant. I was going to say, that's not the water, is it? The water's here. So really, we can put some more water in just here, but that's pretty much it. See, that's going to be an issue. We need to try and find as many places to put water in here as possible. Noise, naturally, this is going to be a very loud city. It's going to get louder and louder. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. What I have noticed, though, is because everything's 1/3 scale or something, this runway is probably twice as long as it should be. It's a 2,000 meter runway, 1/3 scale makes it 6,000 meters. Really, it should be 3,000 meters, which means the runway should only be up to here. Nevertheless, I like it, so it's staying. I may change it in the future. Fire safety, yeah, hazard is 33%. Everything seems to be okay. I might stick a small fire station here, but everything seems to be fairly okay. That's not too bad. Crime, 7%. Not too happy about that. I want that to go down to possibly 3% would be quite nice. Transport. Right, into the transport we go. This seems to be an episode of just recapping. This is the recap episode, guys. Metropolitan line. We've got a Metropolitan line here that I think I set up in a couple of episodes ago, was it? Maybe it was the last episode. I'm not sure. But this passes through the university, roundabouts everywhere, and it's quite a busy line. I'll say that this is a really busy line. If I click this, there you go, weekly passengers, 1,511 passengers. So it's a very, very busy line, as opposed to this one, which is 1,000. But that being said, it does have two ways, so it's 1,000, 1,000. So it's almost as busy as that circle line. Let's have a look at this central line, 736. So you can see it's more popular than the circle line, the central line. The district line, 941. Again, it's more popular than that. Now we've got these bus lines. 261 on this bus line. Is that the same bus line? 257 on this bus line. So really, we can bring those up. That's something that we're going to have to bring up. We're going to have to make buses going up here. We're going to have buses going up here. We're going to have buses going up here. So we're going to have more bus lines. Another 2, 3, maybe 4 bus lines coming along. The railways are not busy, unfortunately. Still 11 per week and 19 per week on tourists. I think if we were to put just a block of tourism somewhere, maybe here, maybe that will just bring some tourists in. It might look a bit nicer. Problem is, we don't really have assets that look British enough, British tourist assets, which is annoying. Population, you've seen. Unemployment's at 16%, so we've really got to work on that. I don't know why it's at 16%, because it seems to be going from 0 to really high amounts and then just goes down again. I think the population's just growing really massively, so we need to really improve our commercial and industry. That's going to be really important. Outside collections, you can see that there's a lot of products that are being imported, but not everywhere. As you can see, not everywhere are importing products. Now, this is an interesting one to look at. That's not importing products. Yeah, hasn't got enough goods to sell. In fact, all the ones that don't have... No, I was going to say that, but that's not true. No, that's not enough educated workers. All the ones that say not enough goods to sell seem to be coming from inside the city. They should be importing products then. There's something on fire. They should be importing products. That may be the problem that we're having. Yep, and we've got some import of products here, of course, too. We've got some export. Where's our export? Hello? Really? We're not exporting products? We are exporting products, I just don't know where from. It's not really showing. Probably from the agriculture, right? Yeah, okay, we're exporting some products from here. Looks like this just may not be big enough to accommodate some of this, so we will have to work on that. Tourism, as you can see, there's just little spots of tourism everywhere. There are tourism... Look, people seem to like visiting this shop here, whatever it is, so there is a little bit of tourism here and there. That's alright. Land value is fairly okay. It looks like we've got really high land value in areas like this. This is incredibly good. Really, really high land value there. And we're getting there. We're definitely getting there on land value. I'm happy with that. Natural resources, yeah, we know where everything is. So there's not much we can do. We can turn this into, look at that. We've got so much oil here. We could really make use of that oil. Really could make use of that oil. Not too much. Naturally, we don't want to ruin everything. We could make use of that oil. We've got some rocks here. So what's this? Iron ores and all that kind of stuff. We've got some forestry here. We could definitely make use of that. I think this area is going to become all industrial, which means that this will become housing again. This will be industry. So there we go. Looks like this is literally just a recap episode. We've got the city centre here. You can see what's the land value? 48. Hickory Heights. Land value 61. We do need to make adjustments in places. For example, this King District. We need to bring that back. Land value 28. And as a matter of fact, let's bring that King District back right now. Because there is no more farms here. That's where the farms used to be. So, there we go. That's gone back. Hemlock Park, I'm not sure why we've got... Oh, that's just oil. That's why I want oil specifically. This area, perhaps we could just expand this all the way around or something. We need to make some adjustments. We do need to make some adjustments. And the city centre, like I said, is probably going to expand. Right, where were we? Leisure, we've got some leisure. Everyone seems to be fairly happy. And we've got a few unique buildings. Terrain heights, as you can see, that's all fairly flat ground. It's just over here that things start going a bit upwards. There, you can see it there. But that's about it, and everything else seems fairly good. Like we said, we completely flattened this area. We had to, and that was, that was that. What we got? Heating. Heating seems okay. Everything seems to be heated well. We've got heating pipes everywhere. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, I'm just going to run heating pipes all the way to the end, just so that I don't have to worry about it. So all the way, and as you can see, I can build across the border now. And I've only done that. In fact, you know what? No, it's only to adjust something that I didn't like about the aircraft. So, and I think I need to be able to build across the border to be able to adjust that. So that's the only reason I've done that. I'm going to try and avoid building across the border where I shouldn't. And it's just to fix things I'll build across the border. There we go. Right, how flat is that going up now? Yeah, so really we're not going to have much here. So we're going to leave that. We've got all this area we can fill up. All this area we can fill up. We're probably going to want to fill up this area. What? That's a bit odd. There's a bit of a gap there. We're probably going to want to fill up this area. So let's go ahead and prepare this one. If this is the right... I think it is. Yeah, it's just that. Yeah, so just those two. We could flatten that into some sort of cliff. Alright, okay, we'll have to work that one out. This is going up to the farms now. Like I said, we are going to be making adjustments in the future. So let's build all this up. Yeah, all the way up to that will do. Why not? I might adjust all these piping. Yeah, all this piping might be adjusted, I think, at some point. Well, some of it anyway. I don't like how some of this is. Like, for example, that piping just there. And so there's a couple of bent pipes around, and I don't like that. That there just doesn't seem to do anything, but I suppose there's no houses there, that's why. In fact, that's probably what this is, because there's nothing there. It's just not showing anything heated up. So that's that. It's a football pitch, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like a football pitch. There we go. Right, okay. So what am I going to do to end this episode? Like I said, all I've done is show you around things. There's no road maintenance. We need to... Ooh. Maybe we need to do some road maintenance. Road maintenance might be a good idea. Maybe. Maybe not. I'll have to think about that one. Anyway, what am I going to do to end this episode? Because, it's not been... It's been an episode of showing a few things off. I think I'm going to purchase a few things. Now, in fact, first of all, let's go to daytime, just so we can see what we're going to purchase. There we go. Right. And then we'll purchase it. So let's finish by taking up this area here. There we go. So I've got that. That's now mine. Let's go ahead and take this one and that one. So that's now mine as well. What else have we got? Let's go up here. We've got most of this. Let's go take that, that, that. Let's take that one, that one. We want to leave that one. We've got nothing for that. That one. In fact, that is all our tiles, isn't it? You know what? For the sake of it, there we go. We've got all 25 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. We've got all 25 tiles. I don't have the 81 tiles mod. So now we can actually build right the way up as far as we possibly can. So this is now our city. Our city borders are literally here, which is annoying because I wanted that area. But like I said, I can build outside, so I might just move these power stations way outside. We've got here, we've got all of this and all of that to build in. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos on Cities Skylines. Leave a comment in the comments box below. I'm just messing around with this in order to tell you why I'm messing around with it. I want to come on. That will do. Right, okay. Just going to go for a screenshot, that's why. Perhaps over here. Something like that. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.